Hello, third grade. Today we'll finish up adding the 5 cities and the 5 labels to our map so that next week we can continue on with this Lawrence County project. So keep watching. On the home page, slide down to Technology. Click Technology. On the Online Tech page, slide down and choose Third Grade. Click Third Grade. In Google Classroom, you'll see the title of today's lesson, Lawrence County Map 2020. Please watch the video, then open up your work on the side of your screen. Open up your work. When your map is opened, it might look like this. What I want to do first is check to see if my name is at the top. I'm going to click Your Name here. In fact, I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 clicks on it to highlight it. Now I'm going to hit the backspace button at the upper corner of my keyboard, and now I'm going to type my first and my last name. If your first and last name is not at the top of your map, please type it in at this time. Now I want to go and add some cities to my map. The city in the center of Lawrence County is Newcastle. I want to label that with a circle. I'm going to go to my circle tool at the top of my screen. This is the Shapes button. I'm going to click it one time. I'm going to go down to Shapes. I'm going to look for the circle. Do you see it? The circle here is called an oval. I'm going to click it. I'm going to go to the center of Lawrence County. I'm going to click with one finger and drag with the other to make a small circle. Now I want to label this as Newcastle. Right at the top of my screen, you can see the text box tool. The text box tool has a T inside of a box. I'm going to click it. Once it's on, I'm going to go right above the circle that I labeled for Newcastle. I'm going to click and hold and drag and let up. Inside of this box, I'm going to write Newcastle. Remember, a capital letter on N and a capital letter on C. Now that I have Newcastle labeled, I want to label Elwood City the same way. I'm going to go to my circle tool. Remember, Shapes, Shapes, and we want to go to the circle or oval tool. Right below Newcastle, on the southern border, I'm going to put in another circle. This circle will be labeled as Elwood City. Click and hold and drag another small circle. Go up to the text box tool at the top. This is the text box tool again. Click it. Move to the top of your circle. Click and hold and drag a small box. Inside this box, we're going to label it Elwood City. Remember, again, capital E and a capital C. Hold down the shift buttons. Now that I have Elwood City and Newcastle labeled, there's a few more cities I want to label on my map. I'm going to go to my Shapes tool once again. Above Newcastle to the north, along the northern border, is another small area. This is New Wilmington. I'm going to make another small circle. I'm going to label this as New Wilmington. Do you remember the text box tool? Find it, click it, and label it. This is New Wilmington. Capital N, holding down the shift, capital W. You can notice that it went down to 2 lines, same as what it did with Elwood City. If I make my text box larger, it will go on to 1 line. Now I want to label some small areas in Lawrence County. I'm going to go to my circle tool once again, Shapes, Oval. Beside Elwood City, directly below Newcastle, sits a small area called Wampum. I'm going to make a small circle. I'm going to my text box tool again. Click and hold and drag my text box and label this wampum. Remember the capital letter on W. One final area that I want to label for today's class, and that is volant. I'm going to go to my Shapes button, Oval tool. In the area where it steps down at the northern part of Lawrence County sits another small area called volant. I'm going to my text box tool, click and hold and drag another small text box, and we'll label this volant. Capital V. The areas that I want to label today on my map are Newcastle, Elwood City, New Wilmington, wampum, and volant. You're doing that using the Shapes tool and adding an oval. Remember, click and hold and drag to make these small circles. To label them, you'll go to the text box right beside it. This tool is the text box tool. You'll click it, you'll click and drag to make a text box. Hopefully at the end of class, you have all 5 of these areas labeled on your map. If you have any questions, please raise your hand. Thanks a lot for listening. Have a good day.